Hey everybody, we're back with a massive hangover from St. Patrick's Day. It was so bad we had to stop, and we couldn't even record CouchOps right after that, as we mentioned in the previous video. But we are back with another episode of CouchOps, and I'm joined by one of my best friends, Jesse. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good.
All right, how you doing? How's that hangover?
Good.
I'm
good? Fine.
It's good?
Yeah.
Great. Jeff actually died, and we had to send his remains to Mexico again. Oh shit!
No. They found him, and they had to bring him back to build that wall again.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe he got too drunk in the video. Maybe NSA found him. You never know. It's tough hiding from La Migra. But I digress. We're not doing CouchOps. So I mean crossplay. I'm sorry, I got confused now. So Jeff, Jeff. Goddamn, Jeff is dead. Jesse, what do you got for me?
I got PlayStation and their VR.
All right, what's good
about that?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
All right. Well, they announced the price.
Of what? The VR?
The VR.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. They want $400 for it.
$400, and
yes.
All right, so give me the details, because so far it's gonna be the cheapest VR set, right?
Yeah, out of the Oculus and the HTC.
Right.
But if you want the full experience, you're gonna have to, put in a little bit more money
What
into VR.
Define full experience.
Well, you're gonna need the PlayStation camera.
Okay.
And you're gonna need the Move.
The Move again?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Guys, remember that shitty controller we made like a couple of years back? It's back. Really, you need the Move?
Yeah.
I mean, I could understand the camera because it had the little lights on the front panel, I guess, to detect your motion.
Yeah.
I would think so. So that gives me something to think about. Does that mean that the PlayStation VR doesn't have a gyroscope, like a motion detector thing? It just uses light?
Most likely.
That sucks.
Cause
then it's not really accurate.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, though, you're gonna have to be spending more money on buying all this equipment just to use the VR. Say if all right, you don't have a PS4, but you want to try the VR, so you end up getting a PS4, the VR, and all that other crap.
Yeah.
You're gonna be coming out to like $800. But it's still a lot cheaper than getting, the Oculus or HTC, which could be like thousands of dollars, depending on how good your computer is.
That's true.
Like your computer. Like you told me that you had it like almost high end, and it still doesn't reach the requirements for having VR.
No. I have a high end computer, but it meets the requirements for VR for like the Oculus. Like I have a i7 4790K processor. I have a GTX 970 video card, and I have so far I have 16 gigs of RAM, which is literally what they're asking to run Oculus. I mean, literally. I could play it, but I'm probably not going to be able to do anything else on my computer. And that's what I was complaining. I was like, shit, I spent a lot of money on this computer, and I can barely do that with like fucking VR. Not only that, Oculus is gonna use like 4 USB plugs. So that was like, well, that takes half my USB like inputs. So I was like, I mean, if you look at it that way, yeah, the PlayStation VR seems like the obvious choice to go to if you're desperate to get VR. I mean, you got to be desperate right now I was like, consider just getting the PlayStation VR because you want something VR,
Yeah. Well, I plan on getting it for the PS4.
Well, yeah,
because I want to see that. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty badass.
Have you ever tried like a PlayStation like a VR headset or anything?
No, I haven't. I haven't at all.
I've been to a couple Comic Cons where they had the Oculus, and I've also tried the Samsung Gear VR, which is pretty damn cool if you ask me. But yeah, I'm like, it's all right, I guess. But I mean, I would get the PlayStation VR for one reason only, and that's because they're gonna release Battlefront on PlayStation VR. So I'm like, I'm down for that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Well, they actually had a trailer Did you see that trailer? The Battlefront trailer?
No. What's it about?
With a VR?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it was for the PlayStation 4 or something, but yeah, they had a trailer of you were out on Tatooine or something, and you saw like the Millennium Falcon, TIE fighters flying by.
Really?
And you whip out a lightsaber because there's stormtroopers in front of you or something like that. It was pretty cool.
Well, I haven't seen that, but is that official like EA?
I do not know.
Oh.
I saw it on the Tumblr.
Oh, you saw it on the most legit medium of gaming news and gaming journalism, Tumblr.
Yes, Tumblr.
All right, so there's a lot of news going on this week, especially with PlayStation, and because of that, we also got the PlayStation 4.5, in which we actually, I don't know if you saw the details. At first, early in the week, they were like, they might confirm or not, like maybe PlayStation 4.5, and this was brought up on Kotaku, and they were like, we might get this shit or not, and all that stuff. But then the more news came out, like saying how like they wanted to run 4K and better like graphics, not graphics, but like how the game is gonna run better, like older games. And the other thing that they were mentioning is like to incorporate the PlayStation VR like stuff in the PlayStation 4.5. So basically, so you would run the games in VR better, I guess. I don't know. So that's. It kind of seems like the strategy Nintendo goes with like their handheld device. Like you get the new 3DS, which has better hardware than previously. But it kind of sucks because if you had a game that was in 3DS and the new 3DS came out, for example, I think it was a Monster Hunter. You can't run it on the 3DS because you need the hardware from the new 3DS. So that kind of sucks because you're forced to buy that new console. Yeah. Literally. So I don't know. What do you think about that?
Oh, are they kind of pulling like what Xbox One? How Phil Spencer said he wanted like an upgradable Xbox One.
I don't know.
In the future.
I mean, it might be. I mean, if you ask me, I don't really care who does the best hardware right now because it's just gonna push it forward. Like if Sony releases it, like we got the upgradable console, and it seems like the way to go, then. Shit, do it as standard. Make all the consoles do that. I'm down for that. I mean, so long as it improves the gaming experience for everyone else, and I'm down for that. I just don't care about freaking fanboys and their shit.
Yeah, but it kind of reminds me of like back in the '90s with the whole
32X.
Sega Genesis and the 32X.
Yeah.
How they just we got this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna add the Sega CD. Oh, you know what? We'll just make a whole new console. It's like, I don't know, man. Is it gonna be turning into like that?
I don't know. A lot of people are scared because of that because, that's basically that was the turning point for Sega in their downfall because they could have released the fucking console a lot earlier, but they held on to that because they were looking to get more hardware add-ons. But if you think about it, it wasn't really Sega that was doing it. It was like Sega did it. Yeah, sure. They released the 32X. Fine. And not that many 32X came out. Then they released the Sega CD. Sonic CD came out. It was pretty damn cool, if you ask me. But Nintendo was doing that same thing too with the new cartridges with the Super FX or something like that.
Yeah.
You could run like Street Fighter Alpha. You could run Street Fighter Alpha on the Super Nintendo, dude.
Bro.
Yeah. Yoshi's Island, I think, is in that Super FX cartridge. That's what we could.
Wait, is it Star Fox?
I believe so.
Yeah, Star Fox. That's it, I believe.
But anyway, all that stuff was like that, and also Nintendo 64 with the fucking RAM or whatever expansion pack you needed to get to play Zelda and all that stuff, and Donkey Kong.
But the thing is that wasn't as money as like the 32X and the Sega CD.
That's true,
because
but
I remember the I can't remember how much the expansion pack was, but I know
it came out. It came out for free in certain games, but
yeah.
But
I know.
You gotta think, what was the shelf life of a console back in the day compared to now? Like the Xbox 360 was like what, 10 years? It came out in 2005, dude.
Yeah, I know.
So that's we're talking about like maybe like a 10-year console lifespan. So I mean, if that's gonna continue with the PS4 and Xbox One, they gotta look at their options to keep it updated. I mean, because not only
weren't they? No. But once they were released, they were already obsolete. The PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, I mean, but they're always gonna be obsolete when you compare them to like fucking PC gaming. And
but I remember that the Xbox 360 when it was released, it was far, I don't know, more superior than the PC for like, I don't know, a couple months.
Yeah, but the thing is, it was like that. PS2 and PlayStation was like that too. But think about this. Think of the scary thing right now that is basically worrying console makers is not PC. It's mobile. Fucking cell phones and tablets are catching up, fucking extremely fast to what consoles are doing. You know, like you get like fucking Nvidia doing the Shield tablets, the Shield TV. I mean, the Shield TV, for example, which I own, you can run Resident Evil 5 on it, and it's an Android thing. You know, it doesn't have a video card. It just has like the Tegra whatever mobile thing that it has. So think of a cell phone running that shit, and it gets stupidly fast every year. So I mean, if you're a console maker, you should be worried because, you know, next thing you know, a cell phone's gonna be better than your console by the time you release it. You know, so the way to fight that, I mean, it makes sense to me, is to become more like PCs. And I've said this before. The consoles are slowly becoming PCs. I mean, before with the introduction of discs, and then, you know, again, loading
Swap
times,
out your
hard drives, and operating systems now, and all that stuff. And now you can run more than games. You can run apps, and you can run your browsers, and you can run all that stuff. I mean, Microsoft has no shame in saying it. They want to run Windows 10 apps on this. The Xbox One has Windows 10 on it officially.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't see a problem in it. I mean, it's just it goes down to like, you want to play on your desk or you want to play on the couch, you know. And I'll be extremely happy if you ask me if you get the option with the Xbox. And I think that's what Phil Spencer wants. It's like he wants to give you the option of doing the same thing on your living room or in your room on a desk. And I think that's, I mean, I would take a giant step here, but I think a lot of people want that, right?
I don't know.
I mean, just have the option. That doesn't mean you have to do both.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just having the option to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna continue playing this game on my couch, and then you go to your living room and just play on the couch. I don't see a problem with it. You just have the option. Having the option doesn't mean you have to do both, and people tend to like take that as like to heart. But, and you know, talking about Microsoft, I guess that's a perfect leeway to say like how Microsoft just announced they want to do cross network gameplay. You know, they announced this with the ID at Xbox. The director of ID at Xbox announced on at the Xbox Wire, which is the official forum, I guess, or newsletter from Microsoft. They announced that they want to do they're open to the suggestion of having other networks join together so that you can all play with your friends, basically just having the experience of be able to play with your buddies. And to do that, they're going to do that, the first game they announced that they're very proud supposedly to announce that they're going to do that with Rocket League, so basically you can play between Xbox One and PC. And now mind you, Rocket League already does that between PS4 and PC, so that technically means this is the only or the first game that you could literally play on the PC servers and PS4 and Xbox One. You know?
Yes.
And not only that, they threw it out there as like they're willing to do more games if other people or the developers are down to. So that went down to Sony, and Sony were like, well, and I think that was a very childish thing. It was like Sony was like, well, we used to do that back in 2002 with Final Fantasy 11. Me. I was like, people forget that the Xbox 360 also had Final Fantasy 11. You can play with the PC and PS4 people. It was the developer that did it. So
yeah.
I mean, I remember playing on the PC and had a friend that used to play on the Xbox 360. So. That doesn't make a difference. It was just the Square Enix server. It wasn't them, the consoles, allowing it. So whatever.
Well, the first game that I didn't even know about was War Thunder, because the PS4 and PC you play against each other. I was like, what? I didn't know that.
That's pretty cool.
Man, yeah.
Now,
But I was like, well, how come this can't be a thing if it was with Xbox players? But
yeah.
I hope soon.
Well,
That'd
I mean,
be pretty cool.
that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I would love to do that. I could see the problem before, because PlayStation before PSN Plus, it was you would play for free, so the servers were up to the developers. While as in Xbox, you would pay for servers. That's why you played the Xbox Live membership before, So. So now that we're in the same page, basically PSN and Xbox Live are the same thing. You're paying for server maintenance. There's no excuse for you to not do that, And I think
exactly.
I think we're pretty damn close. I would love to see that, because that would mean I could play Destiny with you, for example. Even if you don't like Destiny, it'd be fun to play together, stuff like that, or Battlefront, or I don't know, any shooter or any adventure game that we could play together. That'd be freaking awesome.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I mean, I think a lot of people want to do that. I mean, it would be super entertaining if you ask me. I'm so down to that for that to happen. I don't think I'm the only one. I mean, I think having the chance to be able to play with your buddies, even it doesn't matter with the console.
On any platform.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the console. I think it's gonna open a huge amount of opportunities for the gaming community. In even that, I don't know if you heard about this. Speaking of gaming communities, on the gaming streaming and all that stuff. Twitch is announcing a gaming division. They're gonna make games.
They are.
Yeah, they're making games, and they released they're gonna release this. The first step for them is to release this thing called Twitch First or something like that, which means they're gonna work with developers to incorporate the Twitch code, Twitch source code, on their games. And that's gonna affect it. So basically, it could either mean that you can literally the game has the ability to stream to Twitch automatically, or Twitch people have the choice to affect your game, kind of like how Rise of the Tomb Raider on the Xbox One has that, right? If you're streaming from your Xbox and playing Rise of the Tomb Raider, people on Twitch can type commands and affect your gameplay. And I think that's freak.
I didn't even know that.
No,
I don't even have an Xbox One, so I wouldn't even know.
I have it, and when you play the release, they could they could make you bobbleheads, or they could make the enemies do something. So I thought that was pretty damn cool. If you're a streamer and you got a lot of people playing, that could really affect your gameplay. I think that's pretty damn awesome. And if Twitch wants to do that with developers, I think that's something great, right?
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny too.
And they want to do games card games in which everyone streams and all that stuff, and they have reactions on, or for example the people there. I think there's a game you run. It's kind of like a speed run game, and the people viewing can affect the stage. So basically they kind of sabotage you and stuff like that. I was like, that's pretty cool. And it seems pretty logical, but it's so weird that a streaming service is doing this, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you look at all the news this week, everything leads to communities, and just gaming communities. Whoever has the biggest communities is going to be the one that wins, basically, this generation of gaming, or whoever has the most concurrent users. Kind of if you notice, companies don't say we sold 50 million copies. Not that many people say that no more. They say we got 5 million users on Xbox Live, or the League of Legends says we have 10 million people playing this month. They say how many people keep coming back to those games, because right now, as an adult, a lot of people we buy games on Steam sales and all that shit. We buy them and then we never play them.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It doesn't return your value. As in League of Legends, it's a free game, but people keep coming back to it, and they keep coming back to it, and it's a famous game right now. So whoever has the most people playing that game is the people that are going to be winning. I don't know. What do you think?
No, yeah, because if you have all these people playing this, it's just a win-win.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's win-win.
There's no loss.
Did you just went full reggaeton horn?
Did I?
No, you just went that. No, I'm just kidding. But go ahead.
No, like I was saying, it's a win-win, man. There's no way can be a loss to the gaming community for this.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be pissed off if it was something affecting it. But the thing is, also that I just remembered, Xbox also announced they're looking into doing the Steam family sharing thing on the Xbox One, right?
I didn't.
Do you know how the Steam family sharing works, right?
No, I don't.
Okay, so Steam family sharing, for the people listening right now, this is a great way to have a lot of games with your friends. You buy a game, let's say I buy a game, right? And you want to play that game, but you don't have it. So I go to your house, I log in with my account on your computer, right? And I go to family settings. I believe it's on family settings. You go to... Hold on, let me see. I'll read up to you right now, because on Steam, you go to settings, right? And then you go to family. On family, there's authorize this computer. So basically, you allow that computer to share all your games on that. So you log out, and then let's say you, Jesse, log back in, and it's gonna show you all the games I have, and you can install them and play them. So long as I'm not playing on Steam, you can play all those games.
Wait a minute, and this is gonna be for the Xbox?
They want to do that for the Xbox One.
Wasn't that like one of the things before the Xbox One was announced? I remember, and a lot of people were having problems with. They're actually gonna go through with that.
Well, it wasn't that that's one of the things.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, I mean, that's one of the things they wanted to do before, and it's just like Steam. It's just that a lot of people were like, "Oh, the DRM and all that stuff, blah blah blah." But that's because that was the always online thing. That's the one that caused a lot of problems, you know. But I don't see it as a problem. I mean, if, for example, Jeff has games that I don't have, he could share them with me, right? Like, he could literally share them with me. There's no DRM on that in that sense. The people just, it was a pain in the ass in terms like I could lend you games. Like, literally, I could have a digital game. Share a digital game with you. We're not talking about disc games, you know. That's when Sony got cocky and showed that people like, this is how you share games, and then one guy handed it.
That was funny.
I thought that was cocky of Sony. I was like, I hope they don't fuck up anytime soon, because that's gonna backfire. That's what I said when I originally saw that. The Xbox One had a lot of good ideas. It's just that they had the wrong team doing them. That's when they had the whole entertainment system and all that shit, you know?
Yeah, that was...
The game sharing, though, family sharing, seems like a good idea to me. Like a damn good idea to me. Like, on Steam, people do it all the time. I don't see that many people complaining, you know? Steam is basically all DRM. Have you ever seen... How many games do you buy lately that doesn't have any DRM? Like, basically, you buy them and you keep them. Yeah, you started to think that means it's probably a really long time. The only choices you get is when you buy them from goodoldgames.com, which are basically, if you didn't know, the people that own Good Old Games are the people that do the Witcher games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, CD Projekt Red, they created Good Old Games. That's why a lot of people like them, and I like them too. So when you buy their games, you install them and you get them. Like, you can port that game to Steam if you want it to, because you bought it, you keep it. Unlike Steam, they do have DRM. You cannot run a game without running on Steam if you bought it from Steam. Same thing for Origin. You cannot run the game if you didn't run Origin. So there you go. That's a lesson. So if Microsoft wants to do that, if you bought digital games, I don't see why not. I mean, they're just giving you options. You don't have to take them every time. You know, people feel betrayed. It's like Facebook's like what Facebook said. Oh, we're gonna give you the option to add people, and people are gonna be like, I don't want to add people. Fuck Facebook. I'm gonna get out of Facebook. I was like, why? Just don't do it if you don't want to. You know, it's kind of like the games on Facebook. You don't have to play Facebook games. But they're there, right?
Yeah,
and probably
everyone's
is playing that game, and then probably send you like requests to get fucking lives.
Oh yeah, dude, I still get those all the time.
Yeah, every now and then I just spam people because just to bother them, because I'm like, you send me all these requests every year. I'm gonna send you a couple thousands, you know. But yeah, so I don't see what the problem is right now. So I think we're in a turning point for not console and hardware, people are not caring about hardware anymore that much. Like, yeah, sure, graphics gotta look decent to me, but if I have fun, then I'd rather sacrifice graphics. You know, if I'm playing with my friends and I'm having fun, who the fuck cares about the graphics, right?
Yeah.
Like, we play Broforce. That shit's a 2D game.
Yes.
Fucking,
and it's fun.
And it's fun as hell. Especially when you get drunk on St. Patrick's.
Drunk, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm interested. Like, what are the people in the audience? Like, the 2 people that never leave comments, or because last video we posted in CouchOps, no one left a comment. So please leave a comment, even if you didn't like it. Jesse, leave a comment on the video when I post it. All right.
Okay.
I'll leave a comment too.
I'll put that dislike again then.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's Jeff that puts the dislikes. Because Jeff, he's not gonna get that far to listen to this video. I know that.
Yeah.
So we can talk about Jeff in peace. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's actually a pretty positive week of gaming news. I don't know what do you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. It's good.
Yeah.
But the only thing, though, I'm not really too thrilled about that PlayStation 4.5 thing, though. That's the only thing.
Why? Because it most likely, if games come out that are too hot for it, you're going to have to buy that?
Yeah. It's just like, okay, well, I just upgraded my hard drive down the line. Oh, look, another PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, dude. Nobody wants to be that guy, you know, like when you bought something and then you immediately find out you're outdated. That's the worst feeling in the world, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, really it is.
But I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff going on, and I'm kind of curious to see. E3 is gonna be interesting, and I think we're gonna have to cover that pretty damn intense because there's gonna be a lot of things going on E3. I'm definitely hoping they announce the NX. Oh, speaking of the NX controller, wasn't leaked, the image. I don't know if you saw that.
You know, I saw that. You think that looks real?
I don't know. I mean, I have my doubts. I'm most likely it's gonna be fake because if people were investigating on Photoshop, there might be Photoshop in there. But I don't know. I mean, you never know. It kind of like matches those patents, the patent images that we're releasing. So I don't know. I'm still yet to understand how it really works. Like, really, I don't understand how the NX is gonna work. Where it's gonna use cloud. I don't know. Because I know NVIDIA invented the technology, which is actually, I've tested it and it's fucking awesome. They invented this technology called the grid. So basically, there's grid video cards that have basically no outputs. It's just a card that it goes into a motherboard, and then you put it on a server, and you use that to render your shit. And you can pile them up, right? So on the NVIDIA Shield, on the Shield TV and tablet, you can stream games from the internet, and it's being run like render on a server, and then streams onto your computer. And I've tested it, and I from being in South America and connected to a North American server, you can play pretty well like fighting games, run a 1080p 60 frames per second high specs on a fucking Android device that doesn't have anything. So I was like, if they want to do that, that's gonna be very interesting. But we'll have to wait and see for the E3. Because right now, we just ran out of time. Yes, this is going to be a short episode of CouchOps because we have Jeff and we need to save money to pay for his visa again.
No, I have to save money to pay for his visa again.
Why?
Or I got to smuggle him.
Well, I mean, I'm the one that provides the drugs and all that stuff, so I got to give you that so you can sell that in the U.S. so we can get Mexico. Right. Jeff is, just so you guys know, Jeff is the honey in the middle. He's the mule. He's everything. So... yeah, thank you so much for watching us, or at least listening to us. Be sure to check us on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. I don't
Reddit.
know. Reddit.
And remember, guys, we're almost there at 50 subscribers.
Yeah. So, what happens at 50 subscribers, Jesse?
Free copy of Broforce.
Broforce. Oh, actually,
50 subscribers.
Subscribe now. Oh, all right.
And then this is where Jeff would say what?
I can cut that Jeff what. I have it recorded somewhere, so I can go like, what?
Come on, guys. Let's do this!
Let's do this! Alright, we got 10 seconds. Like, anything you want to say, just say it right now.
No, bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Save me! Save me!
Jeff, shut the fuck up!
You bitch.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me, man. Really?
Oh god. Oh god.
Damn.
How do we go up?
Oh, okay. How do you do this?
Oh, dude, I found out what we need to press.
Yeah, up.
It's the Y button.
Oh.
On.
Whoa!
Really?
What did you do?
Come on, Norris. You
I
had
don't
to
know.
set the alarm.
Did I call reinforcements?
You called in backup!
What?